Alrighty.
Whenever you want to, I'll start. What do I do with my damn junk?
Gunk.
Get my last skosh of junk out of here. This is vintage stuff. There, that's enough.
High test.
This is your low flow fitting. I heard you like them low flow ones. Oh, I got enough on there for at least two. Jeez, I'm wasting it. I have to clean it up now. Not high down enough for you. Okay, these are the high flow ones. I don't think I got enough on there. Nah, that'll make it. It'll just make it. Look at that. It goes in here. Get you a good view where you can see what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible in that thing. Alright, where's the other one? Just enough for there. Somewhere. Oh, there it is. Just enough for another one, see? I've been saying that for the last 10 motors. Just enough. I got a little extra that time. We'll save that for the next guy. There we go. Get our money's worth out of it.
There we go.
Then we'll break into the new one. That's only
Ooh.
25 years old. Then I'll be out. I have to go find some new stuff because they changed the numbers on everything. Okay. See, it was made to be here, so I gotta go an extra half a turn on yours. Okay, see, 9/16 doesn't fit. Half-inch does. Okay, you said straight up, so we're going to leave it clocked over here so you can fine-tune it for your bike. Probably about there is where I can put it.
Perfect.
I'll clock it toward the inside of the tank a little bit. Problem with these pumps is they don't give you a lot of room for fitting, but if you go one more turn, it really gets close. Right now, we're not too bad. Now this one here, see, it's in deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets tighter. You want this to go to the back somewhere. See, I'm just slightly this way so you can fine tune it to what you want.
Now, can you back it off or no?
You have to, but it's best if you don't.
Gotcha.
You can see how I got torque on it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be tight. If they're loose, they'll leak. So
Gotcha.
they got to be tight. It's just if you got to go another turn, you're screwed.
Yeah.
This one here won't matter because you're outside the body, but this one here you would.
Right.
Because they ain't going to put a hose and clamp on there. If you go, you can go one more turn maybe, and then after that
You're done. But that looked pretty snug the way you got it snugged up right now.
Well,
So
it's tight. Sometimes they don't come out when you want them though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one you want to make sure the seals in there are upside down, so that means it's sealing correctly. Because this is the pressure side here, so you want the pressure to expand to seal it. If it goes up a taper ramp, like on from this direction, it blows oil straight through. So this is high pressure, this is low pressure. Harley likes putting them in backwards. We got theories over there. It's called the engineer's dialectic, is that what it is? Otherwise known as a dumbass. Okay, you got these little washers here. Help spread the load.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much load they spread because they're not very much bigger than the damn screw. They're very important to use though, so they only give you 4 for 6 volts.
Lovely.
The top 2 on their own. They're not that important, I guess. And these things are sharp too. There. Next problem. Clippus is looses. Is it loose?
Yeah.
Not made right. They cut the shafts too small, every one of these things. I think they figured it out after the first, couple of years of making them. That maybe they shouldn't cut them so deep. So I do the modify them. Don't have a modifier out. There's my modifier. It's called you go crunch. See, I got closer. You gotta go. Now it's oval, so now you want to make it square by collapsing this side down. Bastard. See, that one don't want to go down, see?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid pliers want to grab a hold of it. Went down a little bit, so the clip's buckling.
Yeah, yeah. I see that. But it's tight. It's getting there.
It's getting tighter. Every time it pops, it nails my finger.
Yeah, there we go. All closed up.
My finger's already sore already. It's gonna get sore, and I gotta put it on. So which way you want to cup it, because it's cup shaped right now. It really matters which way it goes. I'm gonna go this way. It might be easier to put on.
Mm-hmm.
Because definitely is gonna be harder to put on now. Nope, popped off. Gash my finger up. Yeah, got blood on the project. Charge extra now. See, that's what happens. You take your screwdriver and you push as hard as you can into your finger. It will make blood.
There will be blood.
There will be blood. See, there's blood. All right, that one doesn't want to go in. What are you looking for?
I just had a memory about that little the oil pump.
The oil pump key
Yeah,
that we
the
haven't
little
found
key.
yet? The one I
Yeah.
haven't found yet? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did another one already.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. See, now this thumbnail's taking that off. Okay, so those ways are not working. Let's try a different direction.
Well, I can tell it's going to be good and tight.
You can tell it's going to be tight by the amount of blood I'm putting into the service here.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't rotate. See? We did sacrifice a little bit though. It's a good thing I only do one of those a day.
Right.
Okay, I put 180 over.
Gotcha.
Alright, don't have to worry about that one falling off. I'll see it recessed into the gear. That's how they do it.
Gotcha. Nice and tight. Perfect.
Yeah. Now it'd be so much easier if they just made the groove a little bit bigger.
Mm.
The problem is this one over here has the same issue because some dumbass that cut that side, cut this side.
Mm.
So that makes that clip even harder to put on. It's already a pain in the ass to put on. Okay, where's the boxes? Came, we need some gaskets. Maybe over here. Yep, we found them. And we're smart. Take the gaskets out. Now these are different than Harley gaskets. These are made by Cometic. Hey, there's an extra key and another extra clip.
Sweet.
That's 2 clips we can destroy. Because you got one from Harley. Right there. See, there's that little one we just fixed.
Mhm.
See how wide that is?
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Indeed. Okay, Cometic doesn't know how to make gaskets.
Okay.
Now, which size is that? What size is that?
Oh yeah, lovely. Do you want me to grab the Harley ones and see what the difference is?
So you like how they have a precision
Oh yeah,
fit?
a little loosey goosey.
That's how Cometic makes their crap. All of them are like that one. Now you're not supposed to use Harley gaskets on these, are different.
Ah.
I found some black hardware
Nice and black and rusty.
with chrome washers on it. That's
Oh.
high-tech stuff there. Okay, now who makes Harley gaskets? Quit bleeding, fine. See how the holes are a little bit small?
Oh yeah.
But you only have one gasket. It's a 2-gasket motor. Maybe we'll use this gasket over here instead. Look at all that junk you got. Is somebody in here already?
Oh yeah.
Are these used gaskets?
No.
They look kind of used.
Nope.
But those will definitely leak. There's a gasket. Look at the size of the hole in that thing. It's huge. It's a good thing we're not using that hole. Okay, so who made these gaskets? See?
Still pretty big.
Yeah, this one's better. So. Yeah, they're getting a little carried away on their
Mm-hmm.
hole size. But look at the difference.
Ooh.
Big, humongous. We like humongous through here,
Right.
not through there.
Gotcha.
Where's the gasket we're supposed to use?
That one.
Okay, now, do we have all the appropriate holes where we need them? Appears they're blocking a couple. They always tell you have to use their own particular gasket. Now the only difference I see is nope, that hole goes in the gallery. So that goes into the gallery. That one obviously doesn't do a damn thing. I don't know why I get the hole over there for. It must be a manufacturing thing. So these holes here aren't being used. It doesn't really matter because they're going to flow across anyway.
Is there a hole? Is there a
And over here, that's what you got on this side. So you only got a couple holes here. Get all 4 of those. They're all there. There is no hole there, so we don't care about it. So, this is the oil pressure gallery right here.
Mm-hmm.
This here
Mm-hmm.
doesn't need a gasket hole because it flows up through it.
Right.
What the hell's the difference? This gasket is, the only difference in this gasket here is the gasket's not exposed to oil. So this one's exposed to the oil, but so, what the hell's it gonna hurt? Gaskets don't care if they have oil in them. Alright, so you can use a regular gasket just like I thought. These are simple, there's only one hole. Doesn't matter. Where's the other one at? See, that one has a hole for everything you got.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all you need. That's the one they got. All the holes are there. Once again, you got a different shape to it, but so it doesn't follow it exactly. So what?
Right.
Doesn't matter. seal's where you want it to be. So once again, you can use Harley gaskets. And before they had these fancy cutout ones like this, they did have Harley gaskets they used. Alright, so we can use these or we can use those big ones. It's your choice.
Well, if you think the
What I don't like is when you get real thin over here, you lose oil volume or oil. The gasket can float around a little bit, see?
if it floats around, then you're prone to leak in here and here, right?
I'll get in the gears slightly. The gasket can move this much, see? See how much it moves? So you can run into problems. When everything's nice and loose, you got room to float. That's the problem with all this junk. So what I do is, there's a little goo on here. Did you come all over this case or something?
Yeah, pretty much. It kind of got exciting.
What I do is I glue the gasket onto the cover,
Oh, bingo.
and I center it in the hole as best I can. So when you bolt it down, it doesn't shift all over the place.
That's a grand idea.
That's what I do. You notice how that one's covering up the hole almost.
You gotta be real careful with that.
Look at the nice precision alignment.
Yeah, right.
I got that right on the money there. You think Harley's any better?
Right.
They're worse.
Right. You're right.
So what's wrong, the gasket or Harley's drilling to their case?
Probably the drilling in the case.
Probably Harley.
Yeah.
Harley on both parts. So, anyway, like I said, I usually put the gasket on here and center it up, and then it's all that shifting, but at least they got a decent amount of gasket between the hole in here.
Right. What do you prefer to glue it with?
Gasket goop. Stay off of the gear areas, so don't get too carried away up around the top in there. Having the board here makes it easier, quicker. Now it doesn't stick to itself when it's still wet, but once it gets tacky, it'll stick to itself real quick, and then it'll rip the stuff right off. So you can't be screwing around.
So it's kind of a time-sensitive thing. What kind of working time do you have on that?
It'll flash off in a couple minutes. Right now it's really wet, so it'll slide all over the place, which is good for us because we can fine tune it. It does already dried it, but as soon as you touch it, it's stuck. Okay, see how we line the holes up the best we can. Hope for the best. Do the same thing on this. Wipe off the excess so you don't get a ton of it on here. A thick layer doesn't help you any.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to put on all four surfaces. That's both metal parts and both gasket sides. You let it tack off, then you stick them together. As soon as they touch, they stick. Most time they go to pull apart, it pulls the gasket right apart.
Wow.
I missed it. Still wet. Touch it like that, it moves it down. It's important to seal up around in here, especially up on top here, because it's where it leaks out. That's where most of your oil pump leaks are, right here on the top. Because the bolts are pretty far apart here. And the other two are way up, two are way up here. The other leak is usually one of these little thin ass ones right down here. They get half that thickness on some gaskets and some pumps. Alright, you can see that's already tacking off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright, so that's ready to go together. Get out of the way. I don't goop up this side because I have to handle it. Your fingers, as you wipe it, you know, if it sticks to your hands, it comes off anyway, so it's a waste of time putting it on. Alright, so now, where are my pliers? Okay, we need some keys. Definitely gonna need a clip. You like black stuff, I'm gonna get you a black clip. You don't want that ugly natural finish one over there. The Harley one came with. You want the black Harley one. Okay, now we already know that's gonna be the same problem we had, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do the same thing. Now this here, if you squeeze it and they're buttoned together, it won't squeeze. You have to purposely tweak it like that to make it go over. Hear it?
Yep. Slide past each other there.
Yep. Get a little closer.
Gotcha.
Now these like to snap off right here, so you gotta be careful on these. Should have bent that top first. It was easier. Now they're overlapping, so it's a problem. See how it's lower now?
Oh yeah, definitely lower.
So if you overdo it, it'll snap right off. There, now you got one hole.
There we go.
Now you realize it's going to be hard to put on the plier.
And that's definitely going to be a tricky one.
That is that far apart. So that gets to be interesting to put on. Of course, it's down inside of the hole too, it's hard to get to. Okay, here's a key. Another clip. Another darky clip. That's 3 clips now. So one of those 3 ought to work. Okay, there's a key. Okay, where's all the other keys at? There's 2 keys. Oh, I see 2 keys. Okay, another key and all this junk you bought. Any keys in here? Nope. So how come all these extra keys? You only got one there.
Or extra clips in one.
You got an extra keys. Why are we still short 1 key? I'm gonna drop one of them. All right. Another key. Alright. Alright, so we take our shaft. Let's see where we're at. Put some oil where the keys go. And lube up the rest of the shaft a little bit. You take the key, stick in a groove. The oil's in it. Like that. And the oil will help hold that in there for you. We take our gear and shove it up in there. Line the key up and it goes in. Boom. One down. Okay, put more oil up on there. Now it's lubed on the back side of the gear. Just insert through hole B. Seal's dry until you get to where the oil is. There. And you rotate a little bit as it goes in. That lubricates the back side of the gear so it won't be dry on the back side. Rotate the key way up to here where you can get to it. And you take the key and you put it in there.
What condition those are?
I already grabbed the used one. Just throw one of them up there. Stole one of the last guy's job. Or the guy before him. Okay, so you get the key up in there, you flatten it out. You get the other gear with the other key slot in it. And put them all in here. You didn't clean these, did you? But you cleaned everything.
I don't remember.
I do. Look how filthy that is. See, you gotta get stuff clean in there. Keep it over there. Are you back? Accidental camera shut off there. So now you can't see how I cleaned that. Purely by accident. Hey, it doesn't have that goo all over it anymore. Flaky plastic crap. Okay, now it's going to want to flip the key over backwards on the back side here. So, see how the key's going upward right now? So you get back there with a screwdriver and go down between a tooth. Somehow get that back there. What is needed is a hook screwdriver, which I don't have. So you have to figure out how to do it without a hook screwdriver. Okay, so now the key is in there. Now if the gear didn't go all the way down, this key's on the back side. If it's flush, the key's in there. So you can also try to rotate it as move. Alright, so that's lubed in there. I'm going to get some lube in this thing. So you put a little lubricant in there. And you let that kind of roll down in there a little bit like that. Got to pre-lube it a little bit. Go to the other side, do the same thing. Some guys like packing these things full of grease and junk like that. I don't like packing grease in an oil pump. It's supposed to have oil in it, not grease. Grease might not dissipate very quickly, if at all. Which means you won't have any oil pressure. Okay, so you got to rotate that where you can get to it. I'm going to be getting to it through this here, so about that spot. I'm holding my finger over here, keep the shaft from moving. Put some more oil on the shaft. Because that's the only oil that bushing is going to see. I like having the motor off the stand so I can move it around like this and put it where I want. Okay, now if you go all the way against it, the gasket will stick and you'll be screwed. If you had stuff in the pump. But you have to put the gear in here before you go all the way in, see? There's not room to put this in there until you're ready. So you have to back it up a little bit. Now these lake cages, you can see what's going on because you got this big ass hole right here. This cavity's wide open. On the older motors, this is all blocked off. All you see is that. Okay, now the gear is in there. Okay, now I can put the pump in. What I do is I throw a couple bolts in here to hold the pump in the right spot. Okay, now I gotta try to get a key in there and put a slot ring on it, and you see how much clearance we got to work with. It just blows up if it blow up further. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is try to get the key in there. Now you have to have the key at the same angle the shaft is, otherwise it will not go in. Of course, it works best if it ain't a dark ass hole. Of course, with me, it's always a dark ass hole I'm working in. But I'm good at working on dark ass holes. Is that supposed to help?
Tempting.
Makes the camera better view. Okay, you gotta find the sharp edge and the dull edge. My thumbs are so chilled from stuff that's hard to tell anymore which one's which. Run my fingernail across it, even they feel the same. I think this is the sharp edge here. Sharp edge goes out. Okay, so now we're gonna have to try to figure out how we can get this clip onto here, because somebody, don't know who did it, somebody bent the piss out of the clip. Let go. Problem is I'm pulling the damn thing's going like this. The biggest problem is I'm on the wrong side of this clip. It's bent the wrong way for me to leverage it. Let's see if I can change this a little bit. Ah, damn, it's hard on my hand. Nope, didn't work. It won't stay.
Trying to pop it onto the other side.
It's trying to pop it onto itself.
Mm.
Yep, that went over, so. Alright. See, now I can hold on the bottom and I can push up on the top and go in easier.
There we go.
So much easier it goes in.
There we go. Much easier.
If I was left-handed the other way it might have worked better, but I'm not. Okay, now I don't want the key here, I want it on the other side. So I'll move it over there. Put this thing on there. It's only partially on there. So I have to hold the shaft over here. I'd rather have my finger over there, which I can't do. So I need 3 hands. I don't have 3 hands. So I have to hold the shaft here because this is it's inside of the gear. I can't just lay up against my body because the shaft still pokes through. And once the shaft goes through, it pops the clip off, which is what it just did. Now the clip is stretched. See how it's already stretched?
Mm-hmm.
You only
Less effective than it would be.
Yeah, you only get a couple shots with this at most. Shaft there.
Yeah, that's your third hand.
Okay.
Is it on?
Yeah, it popped on.
Sweet.
Was it tight or not? I don't know. Still got some tension on it. You wonder where it will not freely spin. So it's on there where it's not spinning. We didn't overstretch it. If you overstretch it, it's loose. It just spins. It can come off. And you want the clip on the opposite of the key. The key's over here. The clip's over here. That way the key can't flop out. Because the clip will spread out. The key goes right out the end of it. You lose all pressure. That happens quite frequently. You'd be surprised. Okay, so now it's on there. So now we go over here. Take these two bolts out. Correct one's in here. And they aren't lining up. There it is. Oh, got the wrong damn wrench. It helps to get the right Allen. Too much plastic over there. Everything goes under this plastic, see? The other Allen's one needs plastic. I don't need that light on. And you hook these Allens so you make sure you don't knock the gasket off. Especially like on this one. These two here.
Right.
So you want to go ahead and get these two started first. Hold the cover all the way against the pump, then you shove the gasket straight through. I don't want to do any damage to the gasket. Okay, see the gap you got? So I split the difference and I tighten. This one here, get it smooth on top, smooth on the side here. Just kind of hold it there. Come down till you touch. Make sure that's how you want it to look on the outside. A little bit of gasket overhang, but it's pretty straight. Feels pretty even. Get the right one of those as well. Initial torque, make sure it rotates. Still does over here, see? Do it with my thumb. Okay, now you put some torque on that. That's kind of soft. These are soft because it's a slot and the bolt's trying to go off the end. The more you tighten, the more that gap gets on there. That's why they're a little soft. See, I can keep spinning those ones. It's pretty tight. And this one here is a little soft too. They're soft feeling because they're eating into the aluminum. And tighten them. Come back and check these ones. Alright. So that's on there. So like I say, you reach over here and make sure this rotates. Just got hard there. There it goes. The teeth are hard on there, see? It's got high spots in there. When the teeth come around, there's a couple nicks in one of those. You can feel it. Now we need oil pump drive gear over here. We need to put a key in here. You don't have keys for those, I bet, because those are earlier style keys. That's not it either. I think that is. Yeah, that might be. Actually, it probably is it. Nope. Too fat. It looks fat. It is. Looks like we don't have the ones I need. Let me get my key thing. Key tray.
What? Tea tray?
Key tray.
Damn. Oh yeah.
Key tray. Thin one. Thick one. They look the same. One's for crank pin, one's for oil pump. Or oil to pin configurations. Okay, these are the early style keys. The late shaft, they use the oil pump keys up in this, little short ones. The 70s motors, they use the long ones like this. The problem with that is, see, it's tight. Probably should have put that in there before we did all this other stuff, before the case went together. Where's my channel lock set? So what you have to do is you have to get in here with this and squeeze on it. So you have to rotate it until you get to it. Whatever works to get to it.
Oh, it's gonna work its way in there.
Trying to. You actually have more leverage on this side, but I got a problem with the cases more. If I rotate 180 over like this, figure how to get in here with this. See, everything's in my way. There's how we can do it right here.
There we go.
Not really. Still at an angle. I should have put that key in there before. We got over. See the big gap right there?
Mm-hmm.
Key's too far that way. But I can't leverage it in there like I need to. Because I have no access. That's why you need to do this crap before you get in this far. The flywheel's fighting you because it just rotates down. It wants to be down there. I don't have any access on this side.
There, oh, there we go.
Here, hold the crank so it's moving. Grab the rod. We go. Can't get to it. I'm pushing on one side, not the back side. This definitely needed to be done beforehand because this keyway is very, very tight. Okay, hold it right there. Don't let it drop. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go in there now.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay.
That wasn't most elegant way, but you got it done.
Let's put pressure on it. Now you didn't have an oil pump gear yet. So where's the gears I brought? Which one did you like?
I like the best fitting one.
Which one's that?
You know, I'll let you decide.
Well, we got the cheap one. Then we got the Mega Doll SNS one.
What's the difference?
This costs 3 times more than this one.
Did they come out of the same factory on a different day?
Or it might cost twice as much if you're lucky. Which one do you like? Then you got the old V-twin Taiwan import one. You gotta make sure it's 6 tooth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the correct count. These ones actually look the worst. We got 5 different manufacturers over here to choose from.
Wow. Where's the quality at?
Somewhere. Actually looks clean. Surprisingly. This is the Ultima gear, which is the same as the pump and the crank.
I think that would sounds like a good.
I figured you're going to be cheap, so we go to equal quality. If you notice, it doesn't want to start. Now, see, I was putting it on
I feel
backwards.
like it just set me on fire.
See how this is beveled and this side's not? So it goes in this direction. The key's too far up in the air right now. What, I set you up for that?
Little.
Yeah. Truth hurts? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if it's cheap or just broke.
Oh, yeah, same difference.
And the end product is the same.
Okay, that won't go on. I have to tap it on. A tapping tool. Is it hitting on the gear down there, or is it on the key way up in here?
There we go.
Just wait to let the crank rotate as you go around. That's engaged.
It'll catch that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
it's
this is
just
going on a
about to
little
get.
tight. It's a little tighter than I want it to go on. No, we don't want to hit on too hard because we knocked the crank out of true. We're pretty much at the limit I want to hit on it. So this is not a happy camper right now. The problem with them is they make the keys so stinking tight. Keyways, things don't like to go together very easily. And this is being one of those ways. I mean, pushing on a key with that channel lock and scraping on it instead of pushing straight down is burred up the side of the key also. So we have multiple issues what we're dealing with right now. Next problem is that will not go in there all the way. And I'm doing it this way. I can screw up the end of the shaft, that's why you don't like doing that. But we know it's limited tension.
You gonna hone that?
Nope. It's not the size here, it's the key slot. It's not a height issue, I don't think. I think it's just a width issue. See, once you get it on there, it goes on easily. See? So the last thing you want to really do on the new motor is file inside your motor.
So we're basically doing what the last thing you wanted to have to do.
Yep.
This would be the get her done portion of the build.
It's called Make It Work. Only I'm hitting on the top of the edge right now, just trying to knock off the burr. Wherever the burr is at. We're not sure where the burr is at. I'm trying to file down the whole key. Just trying to knock off the edge. It's just a knife file, it doesn't do any damage on this side. That's the side you rub on the shaft. A regular file would be cutting everything. Okay, let's see if that did anything for us. Normally you just rotate like this. Here, it would slide right on. Of course that's not happening with us. Lots of little hits don't really knock the crank out of true, but a big hit would. Obviously, none of this should be what we really want to do. Okay, now it's there. Now you look it into your crank and make sure it's not doing this now. Is it doing that?
Does not appear to be.
That means I didn't knock it out true yet. Okay, good. That's a good thought. That's a good sign.
Plenty of night left though.
Okay, also I'm not feeling the notchiness in the pump teeth because the burrs that were on the top of the teeth are now burnished themselves in, which means they fitted themselves. Okay, now we want to put a little bit of oil. Let me dirty rag on out too. Don't like oil on the outside of my oil container. Transfers to me. You want to make sure you get some oil on these teeth here so you don't let them run dry, because they will burn themselves up. You don't have lubricant on them. Okay, that also makes them rotate easier. A lot easier, less drag. About half the drag feeling. Simple stuff like that makes a difference. Okay, so now the last thing you want to do is put the parts inside the pump. So I put a little bit of oil down the hole. Make sure you catch the side of the thread when you do this, not just straight in the hole. So that'll drain on top of the gears a little bit over time. You want to get on the side of the hole so when you drop the parts in, it lubricates the ball as it goes in. See how the ball
Gotcha,
roll on
yeah.
now? See how it's red on the ball now? Somebody put some oil over there by mistake too. And then when you put the pressure valve in there, same thing. You get a little bit of oil right in there. When you drop it in, it lubricates it a little bit. Big spring goes on the heavy side. Light duty spring goes on the light side. See? Before we put that in there, I want to wipe that off right there. Someone got a little carried away on lubricating the pump hole. I don't know who would have done that. Okay, so this takes all three with the same plug. It doesn't matter which one goes where. That one doesn't look quite as pretty as this other one. Now you notice I put this in here in my way. Makes it harder to put in.
Gotcha.
But technically it's not in yet. You know why?
What was that?
Because I never tightened it.
Right on.
Okay. Screen, spring, plug. Boom, they go like that. They do not go like this. That would be stupid. What are you sealing? The holes in the bottom of the case down there. See the hole? Right here. Look at the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so this here goes over the hole, and then the spring seals it against it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like that.
I bet you've taken a lot of those apart that were upside down.
Yes, I have.
And that would,
Called a dumbass. Doesn't understand how things work and can't figure it out. It helps to be smarter than whatever you're working on, or at least as smart. If you look at a part, you can kind of figure out how things go. Okay, see how those going easier now without putting a piece out of my way?
so if you can't figure it out, there's a pretty good indicator that you shouldn't be working on that.
Yeah. Depends on your knowledge base. It doesn't take much to go figure it out though. You might have to look at some schematics and figure out how the oil flow works or how something else works. But it all comes down to it's a stupid Harley. It can't be that complicated. It's made for morons to work on them. See, just look at me. Somebody took too much goop on that one. See that one? She put too much goop on there. Now, usually I put this in there if I have one. Did we ever get one? You're gonna get one, remember? Nope, forgot it, huh?
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I got it.
See, that's an open gallery
Got it.
plug.
Hold on 1 second.
That's an open gallery plug. We don't like open gallery plugs on these motors. Hey, that looks like the right one and everything. Look at that. It's got that factory goop on there. Look at that.
Brand spanking new.
Oh, that's fancy, fancy, fancy.
Do you need to get the lifters in first, or is there any interference later?
If you have interference, you're going to have interference all the time, so we'll fix it now. Yeah, where's my fancy ass switch driver tool I made? See how it's been trimmed down a couple times?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When the stupid little thing is in the way, you can still put it in. Another customized tool.
Yeah, that's a sweet one.
Okay, how much torque to use? Not that much.
Good and tight.
No, if you get good and tight, you split the case wide off. This whole piece will just fall right off. So.
Really?
So that was over torqued right there, but I like over torqued.
A wee bit less than good and tight.
Now, if you can't put your block in here, you can tap on these a little bit and flip them over because they're just thin ass steel. The problem is you can break the case out just as easy too. So, gotta be real careful doing stuff like that. In that situation, usually what I do is I pull it back out, and I put my socket in there, tighten up the socket in there, and as you're tightening the socket, it's bending this around the fit.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
But like I said, if you get too much pressure on this, it'll blow the back of this case right out. And there ain't no fixing it. You have to weld it all up and start over. Pain in the butt. Most guys gotta buy new cases when that happens. Alright, so there's the oil pump install. We don't have no breathers in the back over here because of the late motor. No other holes. So there you go. Alright, get my mess cleaned up.